What's up, Heat Nation? Ernest here, back with a Miami Heat Talk video. Hope everybody's having a beautiful day so far, you guys. Wishing blessing, positivity to all y'all. So sorry I wasn't able to post anything yesterday, you guys. Um, been feeling a little bit under the weather since after my video Sunday. Feeling a lot better today, you guys. So I am glad to say I am off on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. Now, look, I've been keeping tabs since Sunday, you guys. Nothing really new to update you guys on. There's a few little things that I want to talk about, though. But first and foremost, first thing I want to do is give a shout out to our Miami Heat Summer League team. They finished the last game against Portland. Orlando Robinson dominated with 27 points. Even though guys like Jovic, Hawkes didn't play, Orlando Robinson has been the most consistent thing about our Summer League program this year. He actually earned himself the All-NBA first team in Summer League. Definitely something to hold your head up high on. But that don't mean shit. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's great. It's awesome. Congratulations. And the reason why I say this is because I see a lot of people on Heat Twitter talking so much shit about Cam Whitmore. Oh, the Heat passed up on Whitmore, and now he's the MVP of the Summer League. Guys, it's Summer League. It don't mean nothing. What have I been saying? There's only one reason why I've been watching Summer League, and it's to see who can help us on this team next season. Who can help us win now? Now, look, Cam Whitmore is a great addition for Houston. I think he's going to fit great with that team. Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet are going to help him out. He seems a lot like Dylan Brooks to me. He's got a bad attitude. That was the reason why he dropped in the draft. He just didn't seem like a Miami Heat type of player. Now, am I knocking his skills? Am I saying that he's a bad player? Absolutely not. I'm just saying that he needs time to develop, and he may not fit here. Himmy Hawkes fits with this Heat team. You saw it with that one game he played. I think he's going to fit a lot better. A lot of times when you're picking in the draft, you guys, it's not only about who's the best player. It's also about who fits your team the most. The Heat know that. They know that in Himmy Hawkes. So I'm not going to say I regret trading Hawkes. And look, if Portland really wanted our pick from this season, they would have made that trade sooner and told us who they wanted with that pick. So that's on Portland, to be honest. And that's if we trade away that pick. Now, let's move on to that. Look, is there any huge updates about this Damian Lillard thing? Well, if you go on Twitter, you're going to see huge updates. Now, how many of them are true or not, that's up to you to speculate. But here's something a little bit different that I heard. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Dan LeBatard. He's probably the OG in journalism, in sports journalism here in the Miami Heat culture in South Florida. He's one of the most famous names linked to the team. Dan LeBatard was on his show, watching it yesterday, and I'm seeing him going off on Adrian Wojnarowski, Woj. It seems like everybody's figuring out where Woj stands. We've been saying this for months, you guys. You guys are going to be in my comments saying we've known that, but now the media is coming out and saying it. It looks like Woj is siding and favoriting Portland on this deal because if you don't remember, I've mentioned it in previous videos. Go back and watch it. But Adrian Wojnarowski is looking in Portland's benefit simply because he's going to break the story. He's going to break the story. Portland will contact Woj when the trade is made, and he will be the first to break the story. We know that. But the things that Woj has been saying, that there are other suitors for Damian Lillard, that Portland is basically doing a back and forth with the Miami Heat, that Portland is saying, give us your best offer. All that's not true. All that's bull. All of it. It's been verified that teams have pulled out for the Damian Lillard sweepstakes because they know they're going to get a disgruntled player. Because here's the thing, you guys, and let me explain this, because I know people are going to be hating on the comments and saying like, oh, well, but it doesn't matter. Portland has all the leverage. They don't have to send Damian if they don't want to. Yes, they do. They have to send Damian out, you guys, and they know that. Why do they have to? Because you are trying to build a future with Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe, and Anthony Simons. How are you going to build that with Damian Lillard there and all this drama that's going to come with him? How are you going to develop this talent and not allow them to get in their heads if you do that? We're talking about kids here. We're talking about kids that are 19, 20, 21 years old. Do you think that they're emotionally developed like a 33-year-old adult is? Sometimes 33-year-olds aren't that developed, but they're more developed than a young man. Not knocking young men, but this is the age where you make the mistakes and you learn. We've all been there. What are you going to do? What are you telling those guys if you're bringing Damian Lillard to camp with all this bullshit? It's not smart to do. Now, Portland knows they don't need to make this trade now. So that's why Woj is doing all this stuff, because they're trying to create a bidding war between Miami and Portland. There's not a bidding war. This is what the Heat have said, and Dan LeBatard has specifically stated this. He talked with Portland once. Miami told Portland, here's our offer. Tyler Hero, first-round draft picks. You can have Kyle Lowry as a filler. Here's one young asset. Take it. Not take it or leave it. Take it. You don't want it? Show us a better offer. Show us a better offer. How long has it been since Damian Lillard made this request, you guys? He put in the request July 1st, July 18th. It's been over 2 weeks now. If Portland had a better offer, this trade would be done. Portland wants Miami to get to bet against ourselves. Portland has told Miami, make your best offer. Miami responded with, this is all you're going to get. Is it a bad business strategy? No. Because here's the thing. Portland's not just going to trade Damian Lillard. They can't. You guys want to know why? Perfect example. Let's say if some of the people who've been saying Boston, for example, let's just say, Jesus Lord, let's just say Boston wants to make this trade for Damian Lillard. They're not just going to do it. They're going to call Damian Lillard's representative and make sure, hey, we've heard this stuff about your client. If we trade with him, will he be open playing here? Because a team is not going to stupidly give up future draft assets, young capitals, players, assets. They're not going to give up all that if they're going to get someone who's not going to show up to camp and who's going to give issues. Now, I'm using Boston as an example, but there may be other teams as well. But from what I've heard, these teams that know that already about Damian have pulled out already. They don't want to make these trades with somebody who's disgruntled. They know that Damian wants to go to Miami. So these teams aren't even stressing with it anymore. If that was the case, if there was another team, you guys, that had a better offer than Miami, the trade would be done. Portland knows they have until the training camp to make this trade. They do. You can make this trade a week before, a few days before training camp. Maybe they're doing it to spite Damian Lillard, because if you want me to be honest, this all just sounds petty by Portland. They're just being super petty. They're making this process long. They're making it difficult. Shams even posted it today. This is all on Portland and Miami. There's no other factors. There's no other teams. There's no other better offers. Miami have a great young asset in Tyler Hero. And I swear to God, if people go on my comments and say again that Tyler Hero's not an asset, I'm just not responding to y'all. Because there's no point in me wasting my time with repeating myself over and over again. He's a multiple-time 20-point-a-game scorer. He's a top 75 player in the NBA. This is a guy who, given the ball, given the opportunity, will step up and do business. Why doesn't it just work here? Because the fitting doesn't work. He'll work perfectly in a lot of other teams, Portland included. But they probably don't see that. And if you're going to sit here and tell me that you'd rather keep Anthony Simons than Tyler Hero, that just means you don't have a better offer for Anthony Simons. You can't get anything for Simons, my opinion. But I understand why Portland wants something better. They have 3 guards. They don't need a 4th one. It makes a lot of sense. I get it. But Tyler Hero's the best that they're going to get. And they can send Tyler Hero to a 3rd team and get even more draft capital. We all know this. We know teams have interest. We know Brooklyn has interest. We know that San Antonio has interest. They may not anymore because they just traded for campaign. So they used the remaining that was left in their salary cap. That's another thing that Portland is doing, is by dragging this along. They're going to make the offer that they get for Damian Lillard a lot worse. Because if teams start to pull out and they start to pull out as a third team, now you're just going to have to take whatever Miami can give you. So it's like I've said before, and I've said it again. They're playing a game of chicken, you guys. Portland wants Miami to upgrade the package. Miami won't do it until they see Portland has something better. Is it wrong? Is it right? You guys be the one to decide and let me know. I will mention something funny, though. For the people that think that Damian Lillard is going to report to camp with Portland, and the fact that certain fans think that Portland will just allow Damian or drag this out until training camp because they have no problem with him showing up, read a report that Daryl Morey posted today, you guys. The general manager of the Philadelphia 76ers came out and said that they will not trade James Harden if they don't get a good player. Has Joe Cronin posted anything like that? He has said the same vague shit. We're just trying to do the best for our team. We're trying to get a package that best helps our team. He hasn't said, if I don't get what I want, I'm not trading Damian Lillard. Daryl Morey said that. And James Harden also requested a trade. So right there, that tells me Damian Lillard is going to be a Miami Heat. Why hasn't Portland come out and said, if Miami doesn't give us a better offer, we're not trading Damian Lillard? Because they don't have the balls to do that. And because they also have to do right by Damian Lillard. Philadelphia doesn't have to do shit for James Harden. He's been there for 2 years. He hasn't given that city nothing. And he's been a problem everywhere he's gone. Damian Lillard's different. For some people to be on comments, for some people to say Portland doesn't owe Damian Lillard anything, that's a load of horseshit. He's been there for 11 years. He's given the franchise everything. And if they do wrong from Damian Lillard, and I've mentioned this a lot before, you guys, nobody will ever re-sign with Portland or want to sign there in free agency. Portland cannot mess this up. They can act petty. That's fine. People will understand pettiness. But if you act like assholes and don't give him what he wants after what he's done for you, it's going to be hard to talk players to come to your team. And you're already a small market. Just saying. So I want to know what you guys think. Oh, and I'm so sorry. One more thing I want to talk about. I got to throw a shout out to my man Jimmy Buckets. Himmy Butler, a name that we haven't talked about since the NBA Finals. Jimmy's in China right now doing a tour. One of the most realest NBA players you'll ever see. Came out in an interview and said that the Miami Heat will win an NBA championship. He talked poised. He talked confidently. He put over how great his team is. He said goodbye to Gabe Vincent and Max Strus, but he knows that this team is going to get to the big time next year. 2024 is the year for the Miami Heat. Does Jimmy know that Damian Lillard's already coming? He already said we're going to win the title. I don't know. I'm not saying anything, you guys. I'm not speculating, but I just love the confidence from Jimmy Butler. I love the fact that no matter what happens on this team, he always spits out positivity for the guys. That's a great leader right there. You know, it really shows that this team is on great shoulders with Jimmy Butler, especially since Udonis Haslem retiring. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about what I've said, you guys. How annoyed are you with this Damian Lillard process? Do you think this is going to drag all the way to training camp, or do you think it'll happen sooner? What do you think about what Daryl Morey said about James Harden? Do you think I'm right about this? The fact that if Portland didn't want to trade Damian Lillard or mention something like that, that it would have been said? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Also, tell me what your thoughts are about what Dan LeBatard said about Woj. I know a lot of us been bashing Woj lately because of this bullshit he's spinning. Let me know what you guys think about that as well. Go ahead, guys. Take a moment, smash that like button, comment, let me know your thoughts. Most importantly, hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. And until next time, your boy, Ernest out. That's enough said. Let's go Heat.